Hi, I'm Tobias. I'm a bankruptcy attorney here in the St. Louis, Missouri area. And there's one thing creditors and the law does not want you to know if you're filing bankruptcy and your case is between a Chapter 7 and a Chapter 13. So I see these situations every so often that clients are above median and they don't qualify to file a Chapter 7. So they have to do a Chapter 13. In some situations, there is something the client could do about it to get into a Chapter 7. But the new law, it's not new anymore, it was changed in 2005. They put something in there that attorneys cannot advise clients what they can do to get into a Chapter 7. For example, I have a case right now, and it happens every so often. The client just paid off her vehicle couple of months ago, and she does not have any loan on her car. There's no loan payment, no monthly payment on her vehicle. It's paid off. And then in the means test, she has less deductions. So she gets an operating deduction. But if she would have a car loan, if she would have a title loan, it doesn't matter how much it is, even if it's, let's say, $1,000, she might be able to do a Chapter 7. And now we have to do a Chapter 13. And you would wonder, why don't you just tell the client, get a title loan, and then you qualify for a Chapter 7 instead of doing a Chapter 13. And the outcome would be a big difference. If you file a Chapter 7, well, the Chapter 7 is done in 3 to 4 months, and you have only the attorney fees, the court cost. It costs you around $1,200 altogether. And then if you compare this with a Chapter 13, still she wouldn't have to really pay anything to unsecured credits in a Chapter 13, but since she's above median, she has to do a 60-month plan. So she will stuck with us for 5 years, and in addition, she has to pay $4,000 in attorney fees, and then in addition, she has to pay something to unsecured creditors. So she will end up paying around $8,000 if you and you're connected to that bankruptcy case for 5 years, and if you compare this with $1,200, it's over in 4 months. So there's a big difference between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 if you can get into it. So, and what I'm talking about is advice to incur debt to someone who wants to file bankruptcy. It's not allowed for an attorney to give that advice. So that's the reason I can't tell her, well, if you would get a title loan for $1,000, $2,000, it will save you 5 years, and you would save $6,000, more than $6,000. So that is something we are not allowed to do. And if you want to read up on it, it's paragraph in the bankruptcy code, paragraph 526. It's A4. So a debt relief agency, and attorneys, they are considered to be a debt relief agency, shall not advise an assisted person, that is, person who wants to file bankruptcy, to incur more debt in contemplation of such person filing a case under this title. So this is something that they snuck into the law. And where does it come from? Well, the creditors, they lobbied hard to come up with that law. So they got it in there, and attorneys have to do what the law tells them to do because they don't want to get in trouble. So if your attorney tells you, yeah, you're right at the border to do a Chapter 7, but you just don't qualify, and if you have a car loan, then that deduction is already included. But if you don't have a car loan, well, then ask your bankruptcy attorney, I think I have to get a title loan. And I'm not doing this for the bankruptcy because I need $1,000 right now. Would that change the outcome here? And the attorney would be able to calculate and would be able to tell you if that would bring you into a Chapter 7. So I can't tell clients this, and your attorney, if you have hired an attorney, he cannot tell you this. But if you get that advice in general here on YouTube, then you know something the attorney cannot advise you. And that's kind of unfortunate, because if you go to an attorney, you expect you get all the information you need to get the best outcome, but it's not the case. So the law tells us we can't tell you everything. So that's how it is. So I start again making new videos. I took a break the last few years. I'm starting again on the videos. If you want to have updates, click on that subscribe button, and every time something changes or there's something interesting coming up, I will make a video, and you would know if there are any updates. If you think it was helpful to you, please click on that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.